initial Mordheim City of the Dam playthroughs. Like I mentioned earlier, it was kind of like hardcore Diablo or Iron Man mode on XCOM. There are no saving, there's no reloading, everything's auto-saved, so if you created a new warband, it would just give it a new name, unique to anything you've ever done before, and then as you go through the game you can continue with the latest warband that you've been using, or you can load a warband, and if you've created warbands, you could just select the one you want here and load from there, and it's just a continuation. Don't think of this as a video game. As you know, it's a video game, but don't think of it as a video game because you'll hate it. You think of it as a board game that's been automated and given you kind of a video game feel, because it doesn't play like a video game, it plays like a board game. And if you're familiar with all of the Mordheim board game rule sets, which I am not, you'll be able to flow through with the game a lot better. You'll understand all the different stats and things. So let's go ahead and click the continue feature, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It just loads up the Dusk Runners, which is the warband that I'm currently running with, and think of it as like a role-playing tactical game, and you can keep yourself in the mindset of a board game and you'll do okay. So it has the stats on what you've done, missions attempts, success rate's 100%. This game it's meant to knock you out. You know, you're gonna either succeed or fail, but it's really supposed to be an extremely hard, punishing match where you're competing to stay alive just amongst yourself. It's not something that you're supposed to get progression and go through the entire thing generally. So more of a how far can I get thing. As you come in, you'll find that some of the things are locked. It's very rough around the edges. So you get a lock on anything you can't do. You can only do certain things within a day. The first time you come into the game, most things are locked, and it kind of forces you through warband management. And when you first get in here, you've only got your leader and your hero, I believe, and you can add units. So you can see some things are locked. You have to unlock the ability for additional reserves. You have to have at least 4 units to start the battle, so you're forced to like create additional henchmen. I'll show you how to do that. So I've got a plus sign here. I can try to hire this guy, and it's very hokey. Again, look, here's the hire button. You double click here, it costs gold 80, and over here at top right shows you how much resources I currently have. So I've got some word stone, which is used to complete objectives. Like every so many days you have to send a shipment into your overlord, and that will in turn give you coin. So I've got 48 coin remaining. You start with 250. I can't buy another hero, which I actually did because it's too much. I bought one a little while ago, but you can buy some henchmen, and there's different ranks of henchmen. So this warrior would be a 30 cost warrior, and you can get all the details here on the left. He's high agility. He's kind of like an assassin character, but it doesn't really show you any meanings of that right here, so you kind of have to know what you're getting into. Movement speed, morale, dodge. So they're like a lot of the other Warhammer items, and somewhat similar to the Total War, there's morale on the units, and if the morale drops to a certain point, your troops will rout, and if you fail the check, again, this is a board game, they're rolling dice, it's automated, your characters could flee the flee the map, flee the board of the board game if you don't pass a morale check and whatnot. So it's important to increase those scores on, like, say, your leader. Alright, so there's some various different units you can hire here. You just double click to hire. It'll say, are you sure you want to hire that? You click cancel. So let's go ahead and hire.
Task completed.
And so we've added another character in, and they're not actually going to show here. We can move things around when we get into the match. We'll pull them from the reserves. You see that little cross in the 4? That indicates that soldier is wounded, and it's going to take 4 days to heal. Alright, everything you do in the game, like, you'll have a battle sequence, and then you'll come back to the war camp, and you'll arm in the shop, and you'll go to the smuggler's den. We've got 10 days left to make our shipment, And if you look here, its weight requested is 75. We've got maybe 24 weight in the resources we currently have. We can send those in. We can send shipments into other units. They'll give us gold in exchange for our fragment shards or clusters, and that's the word stone that you collect in the game. You don't get everything that's there. You have to actually click it and collect it, and if you don't, and you win the match before collecting it, all that's there in the board is left behind. So you may not want to win right away. You might want to explore and gather. And it's very, again, it's like a first person walking or third person walking around, and then you have the ability to zoom up to a map and get a high level overview of the game. But if you're looking for something smooth, easy to play, and finished, like refined, this is not it. They basically took the board game and made it into something that people that are fans are going to like from the video game perspective, where they can actually play the game and frequently get through lots of missions, whereas if they were playing the board game, there's a lot of setup time. You got to get people involved. You can't just play against, I mean, I guess you supposedly could play the the single player version of Mordheim and just battle yourself, but you're making the decisions for the other characters on the band. It's generally more like warband versus warband, or you could probably throw in multiple warbands. But yeah, it's a board game. It is not a video game. It's an automated board game. So keep that in mind, and you might actually enjoy it. I'm struggling through getting into it because there's other games out there like XCOM, which is just a much more rich and refined version. Everything kind of looks the same as far as the units, and they feel a lot like the same. So you're going to attack, and then you're going to dodge. You're going to put your units on different commands. So I'll show a little bit of that in other videos, but I just want to kind of give you an insight into this and what kind of mindset you'll have to have, and how, what kind of person you'd have to be to actually enjoy a game like Mordheim, City of the Damned. I hope this has been helpful to you. This is PapaSean. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. All those things help me out greatly. And if you're looking for more information about Mordheim, please watch the playlist. Subscribe. You can check out the playlist for Mordheim. I'll try to get some annotations that'll direct you to those as well. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you next time.